Hey guys, Tom Ruti here. So welcome to 21 to 21 day 6. So this marks 16 days until my 21st birthday. And it's really exciting knowing that I'm getting there. So today is Sunday and I had an incredible day today. Earlier today, my little brother, he's 3 years younger than I am, he invited me to go see he and his choir buddies play soccer against another team. And I decided to tag along. I thought it'd be interesting, something different. And it turned out to be really cool. I mean, I'll admit I sat next to a woman who was cursing our team the whole time. But you know what? That's how it goes, I guess. I don't know. In our family, we've never really been completely athletic because we just love the fun of the game. But like once you get to middle school or high school, especially high school, and especially here in Texas, like football, soccer, basketball, those sports get extremely intense. And the other players seem to have this attitude that if you're not in it to win it, then don't be in it at all. And that's not my attitude. I remember when I was a freshman, I tried out for the baseball team, and I was the only one who didn't make the team. But the coach liked my enthusiasm so much that he decided to keep me on as manager, which was nice. I mean, looking back on it now, that wasn't the worst thing in the world. But at the time, I was very, I don't know, not depressed by it, but I just thought, well, this is kind of silly. But looking back, I think it was a nice life lesson. It made me realize that, well, this really isn't my thing. And then I ran track the next semester to complete my athletic credit. And that one I couldn't wait to get out of. I was kind of criticized. Some people called me some harsh words that I'm not going to say here because I realized that that's just not really who I am. And I know that like people say that you can, put anything you mind to that you want to. I know that, and I'm just kind of glad that I'm not really good at sports because that leaves the window open for someone else to be really good at it. That may not make sense, but it makes sense in my head. I guess when I say it out loud, it doesn't quite make sense. But anyways, when I was at the game, the choir kids on my brother's team, they were really into it, the game, but they were also very supportive of themselves and the other team. Like for example, at one point, actually twice that I saw, a couple of the guys on the other team fell down and were injured, and all the guys on our team who were on the field, they took a knee out of respect. And once he got up, they applauded him, which of course is nice. But I would assume that in other sports or other teams, I should say, you wouldn't really do that. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, we haven't played much sports, so that was really fun. And I have to admit, I was part jealous because it looked like they were having so much fun, and I haven't had that kind of fun in a long time with my friends. And I even told him about that, and he was very accepting of it too. Um, and it was a lot of fun. It just reminded me of when I was younger, getting a bunch of friends together and doing something. Which once you get older, you go off to college and you probably never see certain people ever again. There's certain people in my life that I haven't seen since I graduated, many years ago. So it was just really nice to see that. It reminded me of when I was younger. And then later today, I went grocery shopping with my mom to get something for dinner, and we didn't really have anything planned out. So since it's Sunday night football, we decided to have a football dinner, and so we got like wings and chips, and I made the queso, and actually I made everything myself. And it just reminded me again of this when you were younger, your family gathering around the TV to watch something, and you all had delicious food in front of you. And it doesn't have to be at a certain age. You can still do that. I'm almost 21 and I'm still doing that. And it's just a great feeling. When you actually come together as a family, especially since our family we're off doing other things most of the time with friends or at work or whatever it may be. So it was really nice that we could all get together to do something like that. So today just feels like a really nice day. It also just was a really nice reminder of how I felt when I was younger, thinking that the world is full of possibilities. And now that I've had this feeling again at this age, many years later, it makes me think there are still possibilities out in the world that I haven't even thought of or haven't even done yet. And so I may worry about getting older, but there's still a lot that I can do. So I'm really just happy that I have this attitude of, I live for the day and I make the most out of it. And even these past few weeks, when it's felt like it's been a really long week, I kind of liked that because it makes me feel like I've done a lot. So I really would like that to keep up. I wouldn't want to go back to say previous weeks. Previous weeks have been kind of really long and felt really like they were dragging. So I just really want some adventure again. So that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to this week. Is if this day can set the example for this week, then I'm really excited. I would love to see what all I can do. So even if that's something as simple as like working on my next podcast episode, which I admit I daddle in a little bit, dilly daddle, I should say, in every now and then, and finally an episode goes up like a month later. But even something like that, if I work a little bit more each day, I can get it done more. So that'll be exciting. And the podcast is really fun. It's called Triple Threat. Again, I host it with three friends of mine, my friends Garrett Hicks, Avery Spencer, and Becca Cristino. I'll put a link in the description to check it out. I put a link in all my videos to check it out. And of course, when you go to the website, it'll explain more about what it is that we actually do on the podcast. It's not on iTunes, though, so don't go searching for that anytime soon. Because what I heard was that if you want your podcast on iTunes, you can do it for free for a certain amount of episodes. But then after that, you got to pay, I think it's a fee of, what is it, $30 a month? And sometimes we only post one episode a month, and I just felt that's just silly. I don't want to do that. So that's why you can't search our podcast on iTunes. However, you can search my previous podcast, which was called the Record Rant Podcast. I did 2 seasons of that, and they're both on iTunes. I don't do it anymore, obviously, but they're both there. In fact, those three people have been on the show as frequent guests, so you can definitely check that out. So you can check that out, guys. You can follow me on Twitter also at It's Only Tom, and on Vine. I better wrap this vlog up. So thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to a great week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new vlog. Thanks for watching.